What's going on, guys? 21 Maxwell here and welcome to this video. It is a TEW video, and basically after discussing it with a few people on Twitter, I'm just basically going to give everybody an introduction to my own company I created. Just a fun save where I've decided to go start my own promotion as an independent company in the UK, and the long term goal is to become the best company in the world, to surpass the WWE and basically to just dominate the world essentially with a small British company. So the company is called the Federation. It seemed like a nice simple name. As you can see here, we are regional size. Basically when you start your own company, actually it was a cult and it was so much better, but I was unsure of the way I wanted my product to be. That alienated a lot of the fans before we even started, so they dropped me right down to cult, and from cult to regional, and it's taken me a whole year to go from regional back to cult. We're on the brink of getting to cult again, but I'll explain that down the line. We're the 31st biggest company in the world. We've actually made profit most years. You start off with £1 million, we're up to 1.3 million, so I'm quite happy with that. Our prestige is up to 60, and momentum, we're on a wee bit of roll. We're up to 70%, which is our peak at the moment. We also have a TV show. It actually draws 0.00 ratings all the time, but you know, it's just giving me extra chances to run shows and basically improve the popularity in various regions. So that's called On Your Telly, because it is a Scottish company, so I have to use a couple of Scottish names. So we are TF On Your Telly. So I'm going to start off, quick tour around the whole kind of company with the roster. We have Alex Shane, who's injured at the moment, so he's just a road agent. Our authority figure is Alison Danger. We have Andy Thomas as a referee. We have AR Fox. We have Bad Bones. Betty Noir, or Bet Noir. Billy Kirkwood as an announcer. We've got Caramel Jacob. Cheerleader Melissa. Chris Mordesky for a bit of star power. Chris Sabin. Chuck Taylor. Crazy Mary Dobson. The big beast, the big monster, Damien O'Connor. He's one of the strong guys so far. He's really getting good ratings. I'm happy with him. We get Davey Blaze, Doug Williams, Drew Galloway, Drew Hankinson, Elijah Burke. We've got Grado, Jack Doan as a referee, Jack Gallagher, Jake Christ, Joe Coffey, Joe Redman, Jonathan Gresham, Katrina Waters, Kaylee Ray, Ken Doan, Kid Fight. The user is this, of course, myself, so there I'm Lee Maxwell, William Thompson, Maria Canellis, Mark Coffey, our other road agent, and Mark Rocco, Marty Scurrell, Matt Hardy, Matt Seidel, Nikki Storm, Noam Dar, Paul Tracy, Portia Perez, Rhino, Rich Swan, Ricky Knight is another road agent, Spud, Stevie Boy, the Wee Man, and Trent. So a combination of a lot of American talents that we've been able to bring over to the UK, some English talents from down south, and mostly Scottish talents, because me being Scottish, wanted to try and push them. We actually are based in South England, but I just wanted to try and cover as many markets in Britain and then just eventually take over the world essentially. So that's to say the roster. We'll quickly look in with our champions. Basically I had to do a kind of tournament type thing. I'm really bad creatively, so I just called it the Dat Guy tournament, named after Danny Welbeck, and Chris Sabin won that. It's going to be an annual tournament held every May. I'll maybe change the name of it down the line, but for now it's the Dat Guy tournament. We've got our tag titles. The initial champions were the Bucky Boys, Davey Blaze and Stevie Boy. They lost it to Pain Incorporated, which is William Thompson and Kid Fight, before they dropped the titles to the Royal Renegades, Paul Tracy and Damien O'Connor. I'm trying to get the Prestige title up, so they dropped the title just there quite recently to the team of R Fox and Trent. The plan is to eventually pair up AR Fox, with Jonathan Gresham again, but with one being heel, one being face. I've put him with Trent for the now. The Women's Championship is kind of floated about a lot. They keep sending more and more over or better workers, so I keep trying to hot potato in the title. Nikki Storm started as champion, then it was Kaylee Ray, then we moved on to Crazy Mary Dobson, Katrina Waters, and then the great acquisition of Cheerleader Melissa meant, yeah, you just take the title. The 0G Championship is basically our X Division, our light heavyweight championship. Joe Redmond started off as champion, Matt Sydal had a good run with it before he's dropped it to partly Matty Scurll, so we could push Matt Sydal a little bit higher because this is a mid-card title. In the World Championship, we started off with Doug Williams as the inaugural champion. He had a good run. We gave it to Drew Galloway. He dropped it to Zack Sabre Jr., who then ended up leaving the following week. So we gave it back to Drew, and Drew's on a good wee run. He's had it for about 6-7 months now, and a couple of defences every month, and he's done well. I'm looking to drop him the title, hopefully in the next month, because this will be basically this is the 1 year anniversary that I started to save. Although I didn't do any events the first month, just to make sure I had the roster set, everything was ready. So that's why technically the first year would be October. But we're going to have 4 shows this month, not televised, just as like a kind of anniversary tour, just to get the company over and finally gets to Cult. And so when it gets to like the last event of this month, he's going to drop the title then, I think. Don't know who to, but we'll sort that out. Creative meeting. Franchise players are Chris Sabin, Drew Galloway, Rich Swann, Matt Sydal and Doug Williams. The next big thing was just Stevie Boy. Because the problem is you kind of sign a lot of young talents because there's no development, so they can't really improve, and if they're not quite ready now, then when are they going to be ready? Talk to Talk is Drew Galloway, Elijah Burke, Chris Sabin, Spud and Rich Swann. Hot prospects are Ken Doan, Stevie Boy, Mark Kofi, Bet Noir and Crazy Mary Dobson. Showstoppers are Sabin, Taylor, Sydal, Swann and cheerleader Melissa. Ring generals, Sabin, Melissa, Hardy, Williams and Sydal. Nobody's hot at the moment, we just can't get into over 70 overness, 70 momentum, sorry, so that's a bit of a bummer. Who's not? Jake Christ, who's just come back from an injury, which is a shame because in like my TNA save, he's like one of the top WWE guys at this stage, so what a complete flip of overness for him. Kaylee Ray, Jack Gallagher, Kid Fight and Liam Thompson are the other ones. Time decline effects, Rhino and Doug Williams, and it's suggesting I should sign Jodie Fish, the Alpha Female, Sanjay Dutt, Ashley Reed and Cash Money Erkan. So never know, we could look at one of them. Anything in chemistry, just various guys. Apparently my character doesn't like Zach Gibson, so that's understandable. The product, I didn't want to do too much on characters, I wanted this more on performances and just basically good wrestlers. Apparently though, half of them need to have good popularity, which is a pain because a lot of the British guys don't have the popularity, and performance wise are pretty poor in this as well, so try to get them over is a bit of a pain. But we're a traditional company, get low comedy, low cult, low modern wrestling, very low realism and very low hardcore. We can't really change it much because of the way it's set up, so we'll see how it goes down the line. But it's a company that has rated equally in performance and popularity. The fans don't care about wrestlers' character or gimmicks. It will attract fans who will not like highly risky gimmicks. They will not get subtle gimmicks. It's favourable towards sponsorship, and it will allow us not to be rocked by wrestling industry changes. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how it'll go down the line. It just means basically signing good wrestlers and working them, so I don't do too many angles. I may change the match ratio for event and TV, since obviously they are not really necessary to have like gimmicky angles, but I like it. I'm not able to change it too much because of the way I set up the company and said it can't go over such and such, but we'll see what happens. And if I had to change it now, it'll alienate some fans and we'll end up going back down. My tag teams are just the Kofi Brothers, Pain Incorporated, the Royal Renegades and the Bucky Boys. History, I'll go through history. Basically the last show done was the Fit Was Back but Watch the Wrestling. I really struggle for names. I've just tried to call them as stereotypical Scottish names as I could. So we get 59 for that. Let's get to Cult 62, a 69 for Toot Toot Rattler. You know, it's just very stupid names just to get random show names just to get me extra shows. I don't want to be creative and tell I'm a massive company. That's going to take more care into my names, but it does the job. And with the bigger talents, I mean, look at that. We had Rich Hardy defeating Jeff Hardy 77. That was fantastic. We'll explain how we got Jeff Hardy further down the line. No storylines. We don't use storylines in this company. The only stable we have is the Legion, which is Damon O'Connor, Drew Galloway, Nikki Storm and Paul Tracy. And the announcers is me and Billy Kirkwood, because he is strong entertainment, C for announcing, I've got F6 for announcing, but my charisma is why I've went for that, and to kind of save the company money as well. The schedule, this is where you'll see how bad my names are. So I say we'd try and do like 1 or 2 events every month, but just depends how I'm feeling and how much I'm trying to get through it and all that. It's to say on your telly, and it's just stupid names, you know what I mean? Like Title Night, Gonna Bolt Mate, No Quite Mania, because it was around WrestleMania time. You know what I mean? Who's going to be that guy? Fuck it, man, let's do another show. I'm just trying to get as many random shows done as possible before we get to TF Date with Destiny. That's going to be our WrestleMania, and that is the end of September. So say I need to book in schedule 4 events in this month alongside Date with Destiny. And then we're back at the beginning when I started in October. So say the size, as I say, we were Cult to start with, we dropped because I changed everything and alienated the fans. I've got Southern England to 50D plus, so that's over. I just need to get Northern England over that 47 mark. We get that sorted, we're Cult. Get a better TV deal, work in getting Scotland, work in getting Central England and Ireland, because they're going to be a struggle, and then we try and break America. The plan is, I have TV shows that all run at the same time. Once they're gone, we go for another TV deal, which will cover everything, and then hopefully that exposure is when the company will click on to the next level. I really want to get to a stage where I can get written deals on with people. Medical just shows that Doug Williams and Elijah Burke are fatigued, and Alex Shane's out for another 4 months, so he'll make an impact when he returns, but until then, just rest and do road agent stuff, no pre-booking. Backstage, I don't really have any rules, to be honest. I've kind of changed that, but I might take him back off because the Backstage rating's only a 65. Yeah. We'll see what happens, and obviously I don't have a development company. How do we get Jeff Hardy and Low Key? Well, we have an alliance. We are part of the TNA Wrestle 1 alliance, so it means we can borrow anything we want from TNA within reason. I'm not going to go out and spend, for example, Austin Aries is basically 11 grand to get, when I could get somebody like, as I say, the reason we took Jeff Hardy, well, Low Key we took because he was costing us 1.6, which is some of the wrestlers were cheaper. And if I can find Jeff Hardy, big name, 6 grand an appearance, I was quite happy with that. So I mean, we can get the kind of guys, and we could also look at getting some folk for Wrestle 1 if we wanted, although to be fair, my Japanese knowledge of wrestling isn't the best, but we could bring in Tajiri if I ever wanted. So I may explore that option down the line. TV, as I say, we have 3 TV shows, they all have 12 episodes left, they're all in really poor areas, we barely make any money, we actually have never got over a 0.0, so I don't actually think anybody watches them, but it's shows on ITV North, BBC North on a Wednesday, and on STV, the Scottish channel. Our coverage is just very small in Northern England and Scotland, with none elsewhere. What else we got? Talent trades, it's just basically what trade end of it. If we're getting them in an alliance loan, then why would we bother? And obviously we're not on pay-per-view just yet. So the only other couple of things I can show you. Finances, as I say, we started off first month losing money because I've never done the shows and we're just really confused. It was like a steep learning curve, I thought. Like the TNA save was tough getting into, but this has been really difficult. We've started progressing, slowly making profit every month. As you can see along the line, the worker costs has went right up, but with that as well, ticket sales is up. And you know, the company's doing okay, I'm quite happy with that. So a quick one here, as you can see, we're now 31st, everything's decent, quite happy with that. Alumni, people with reviews in the last, Bobby Lashley, Cabana, Dickie Divers, Jeff Hardy, Low Key, Mickey Whiplash, Nakuri Doi, RJ Singh, Ryu Sato, Zach Gibson and Zack Sabre Jr. So that is it for this episode, guys. As I say, we're so close to getting to Cult. Hopefully by the next time I do a roundup I will be Cult. I was aiming to hopefully get it for October, but ideally, looking at the diary, if we can get there before the TV networks will accept negotiations for Cult for then, we'll get a bigger TV deal when we're Cult, and then we can all just start kicking on from there. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Let me know what you think about my company. Have you started your own company? Have you created one from the actual database, or using the actual option in here it says start own company? If you've used it, let me know what you've done, where you based your company, who you signed and how it's going. And I'll be sure to reply to these guys. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, take it easy, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Bye bye.